And now it's time for a very special story, the story of Barbados. Congratulations are in order because it is turning into a republic. This Caribbean island is making history. It has decided to remove Queen Elizabeth II as its head of state. Let me guess, most of you must be thinking, isn't Barbados independence? Yes, it is. The country gained independence in 1966 after 341 years of British rule. But like several other British colonies, Barbados decided to retain the British monarch as its head of state. Meaning, Queen Elizabeth II remains the constitutional monarch of this country. Why? Because it was supposed to be a strategic move. The idea was to maintain close links with the UK. But over the years, it became a symbol of imperialism and racism. Next year, Barbados will celebrate its 55th Independence Day, and the island is looking to usher in this day as a republic.
Having attained independence over half a century ago, our country can be in no doubt about its capacity for self-governance. The time has come to fully leave our colonial past behind.
Sandra Mason is the Governor-General of Barbados. What she was reading out was a throne speech, one that was written by the government and is aimed at outlining government policies and programs ahead of the new session of Parliament. What her speech made quite clear was that Barbados is looking at being a sovereign state and breaking away from the colonial shackles. Well done, we say. High time it did. What did the Buckingham Palace have to say about this announcement? Well, reports quoted sources from the palace as saying that the move was not out of the blue. It's not like the Queen could have challenged her removal. Let me tell you a little more about Barbados. Like I mentioned, the island is in the Caribbean. It's one of the region's most prosperous countries. Its GDP is around 5.21 billion US dollars, population a little over 300,000. Barbados was initially heavily dependent on sugar exports, but over the years the economy has diversified. There's tourism and finance as well. By the way, Barbados is not the first country to drop the Queen as the head of state. Guyana did it in 1970, Trinidad and Tobago 1976, Dominica 1978, Mauritius 1992. It is 2020 and Barbados is joining the club. What inspired it? Experts say it may have something to do with the Black Lives Matter movement and the worldwide anti-racism protests. The Governor-General's speech did seem to reflect that as well.
Barbadians want a Barbadian head of state. This is the ultimate statement of confidence in who we are and what we are capable of achieving.
The mood is in line with uprooting a slave trader statue or realizing that there is nothing to celebrate in one's colonial past. Sometimes history can set wrong examples, and we must know when to break free of its shackles. The question is, will Barbados' decision be matched by others? Well, Jamaica says it may do the same. What about the other 13? That's right. There are 13 countries where Queen Elizabeth II remains the head of state. Antigua and Barbuda, Australia, the Bahamas, Belize, Canada, Grenada, Jamaica, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, the Grenadines, Solomon Islands, and Tuvalu. It's high time these countries also followed suit. As for the announcement from the Caribbean country, the pill might be a bit hard for the Great Britain to swallow, especially if it realizes that the move is likely to raise uncomfortable questions about the relevance of the British royal family or the Commonwealth, for that matter.